Welcome back, Armani TV. This is SG. Everyone should smell good. And as we go into the spring, I wanted to give you guys some fragrance tips for beginners. This video is not actually a fragrance review, but we're going to talk about some important topics for anybody that's diving into the world of fragrance. Whether you're somebody who just started collecting or if you're, a pro, these are tips that I feel no one should overlook when it comes to the smell good game. So I got the handy dandy goat book with me. I did take a couple notes down just so that I could stay on topic. But one of the first tips I would say is to not fall into the habit of purchasing a bunch of designer and niche expensive fragrances. Only because, of course, the designer and niche fragrances, and to break that down, a designer fragrance is from a house like, let's say, for instance, Christian Dior. We know Christian Dior to make clothes, they make accessories, and they make fragrances. So a popular fragrance from Christian Dior, Dior Sauvage for men, you'll hear about that all through the fragrance community. You can even check out the review I did on it on my channel. But the most important thing is to know that because the brand is designer or it has the name Christian Dior on it, doesn't necessarily mean that you'll like the fragrance. If you're a beginner getting into it, I would say the first number one rule is to start off slow, exactly how I did. And I had experience with fragrance. I'm 35. I've had experience going all the way back to being 5 or 6 years old because my dad was always into fragrance. So his ensemble was always a wide variety, a big collector of watches as well as smell goods. He is the gentleman's gentleman. So following in his footsteps, when it came to me starting off collecting, I started off slow. And one of the things that I would advise is to go to your discounters, physical discounters. It's good to go in the store where you can touch the actual bottle, the boxes, whatever the case may be, and possibly have a chance to actually smell the fragrance. If, depending on the store setting. Some places, like I'm going to recommend TJ Maxx, Marshalls, you don't have the opportunity to spray and, test the fragrances out while you're there, but still the opportunity to physically get them without having to order online and wait is a big difference. So getting back to the actual stores, like that I mentioned, TJ Maxx, Marshalls, these are places that I frequented on a daily basis. And I would always go to the, cologne and health and beauty section for men. Places like these, you'll find exactly what I'm talking about. And the next tip, which is to find a house that offers a variety of scents at a low cost. So a place like TJ Maxx, Marshalls, if you have a Dillard's near you, Ross, they're known for discounts. So the good thing is you can find things like designer fragrances, your Christian Dior's, your Mont Blancs, your Guess, your Nauticas. You can find those names in there for a fraction of the price. But what I would do is I would find a house like I'm going to recommend in a second, and I would buy the different varieties that they have. Because what you want to do is you want to get into the habit, the feel of getting to know your fragrance. So before you slap $150 on a bottle, end up spraying it and not really liking it, or it could be that you're not really, knowledgeable on the actual process. So what I would do is I would find a house like this one, New Parfums, who make a fragrance called Black is Black. So I have the original here as well. I have about 6 or 7 New Parfums, but the ones that I pulled out in particular that I'm going to show you guys is more gated, excuse me, geared. I'm saying catered and geared in the same sentence, but it's more geared and catered towards the spring. So the ones that I'm going to show now, I would go pick up for the spring. You can find in TJ Maxx, Marshalls, or even if you go online, and this bottle is about $10 at most. You'll probably spend 11 or 12 with tax. Black is Black, and this particular one, After Dark. Great spring. As we going into the spring and the summer, perfect for that. And this one, I would, throw on maybe date nights, what I'm saying, if you're going out, of course, as the name suggests, after dark. But it is definitely a great all day sort of wear, what I'm saying, whether you're going out or not. Good for the spring. More importantly, again, this house makes fragrances, very good quality. I would say longevity wise, you're going to get about a good 5 hours on these fragrances. Doesn't, you know, it's not supposed to last the whole day. Again, at $10, this is something that you can throw in your bag with you or in the car. Bring it with you if you need to. But as a beginner, when you're spending $10 to $11 on a fragrance, what it allows you to do while you're in the store is say, hey, well, you know, I bought about $40 with me. Let me go ahead and check out what else they have. And this one here, Black is Black Superior. You know what I mean? So this one, definitely more, you know, all day sort of wear. I think the bottles are great on these actual, you know what I'm saying, from this company. The house is called New Parfums. So that's Nuparfums. And again, oh yeah, this one, a nice blast of citrus on the opening. All these are definitely perfect for the spring. But what you want to do is you want to get a variety so that you have something to wear. Let's say when you're going into work to start your day, you might want to start it with Aqua Essence. Black is Black. Again, same company, just giving you varieties. This is what you would call a flanker. So if you're new to the fragrance world and you've been watching reviews and you hear people talk about, oh yeah, it's flanker such and such, and you're like, what is a flanker? A flanker is when a company makes a different version of pretty much the same cologne. So you'll always see Black is Black. It's just different versions of them. This one is Aqua Essence. Again, more of a playful daytime sort of wear, very fresh, citrusy. All of their colognes definitely have a nice blast of bergamot citrus on the opening. After Dark would be more so, you know, for the nighttime, you're going out. And then Superior, you know what I mean? Maybe on the weekends, you know, more of a chill sort of fragrance. But there's a bunch of different versions. These three are just more so geared towards the actual summer and spring, which are the months that we're coming up on now. Now, next tip, wear your fragrance. When you spend the $10, $11, you know what I'm saying, you got you about 3 or 4 bottles, you got, you know what I'm saying, some variety. Wear your fragrances. And when I say that, I mean give each one its proper time and proper respect. You're not going to really understand, you know, what a fragrance smells like if you only, you know, put it on once, throw it to the side. And that's one of the mistakes that I made because I was buying so many, I didn't actually spend time wearing each fragrance. And I still have so many bottles that I need to, you know, spend more time wearing them. Sure, I've put it on, I've smelt it, but to actually wear it, you'll get a better feel for the fragrance. You know what I'm saying? It's breakdown. There's a reason why you have top notes, middle notes, heart notes, and then base notes, because when you first spray it, you're going to get a blast, of course, of the top notes. But as you go on through your day and you allow the fragrance to dry down, you start to get into those middle notes, the heart notes. And then as you allow more time to pass, you know what I'm saying, you start getting whiffs of the base. And the only way to really feel and understand a fragrance is, I would say, at most, my rule of thumb is at least 1 week. So let's say, for instance, we got 4 the 3 bottles. I'm going to wear this one for 1 week straight. Get a good feel. See exactly how it smells, how it projects on me, because fragrances do project different on people. So when a lot of people, they'll comment in my videos and say, hey, well, you know, what's the projection or the longevity? More than likely, if you paid attention to the video, I definitely mentioned it. But what I'm going to mention now as a tips for beginners is to understand that every fragrance projects different on each person. So while this one may last 5 hours on me, you may get 8 hours out of it. We all have different skin types. You know what I'm saying? So, which is why it, you know, I go back into the importance of wearing the fragrance. So you'll know, hey, Black is Black Superior lasts way longer on me than Black is Black After Dark. And the only way that you're going to know that is by you wearing the fragrance. So let's get into the very last tip. All right. So we covered starting off slow. Don't, you know, feel pressured to jump into buying a bunch of niche and designer bottles. You'll get there. Or if that's how you want to start, by all means, you know, do your thing. That's the whole point of there being so many different fragrances out there. We all have different tastes and different style. Me personally, I'm just telling you, my suggestion would be to start off slow, because you can find quality at a great price and learn how to actually wear your fragrances without wasting a bunch of money on just one bottle. You'll get there, trust and believe. So yeah, start off slow. Find a house that offers variety. So I found the house, New Parfums, and their cologne is Black is Black, but they offer many different styles. And I think that in the total Black is Black collection, I've seen at least 16 to 20 bottles. and I own about 9 of them. All right, so they do have different ones. So find a house that offers a variety with different styles. Wear your fragrances. Give them at least a week per bottle. And my last but most important tip, because I see this so often, and I'm going to be as plain as possible, because I try to find videos on it, but everybody goes into so many other things instead of simply saying this. Never, ever do this. And I'm going to feel weird even doing this. Never do this. You're trying out a fragrance for the first time, right? Or somebody's showing you a fragrance. Hey, check this out. Tell me what you think. And they spray it on your wrist. And then you do this. Never do. This is crazy that I'm even doing this. What I just did was take the top notes. I mixed them with the mid, with the base. I could have probably mixed the base with the top. It's no point to do that. One, you got a whole 3.4 ounces, and it takes a while to actually use a whole 3. Have you noticed that? Like, you buy a bottle of perfume or cologne, and it's like, wow, by the time that you're on to your next fragrance, you're probably not even nowhere halfway through this bottle. It's just that you want to smell like something different. And then you have some people who just buy the same thing over and over and over. Again, to each his own. But you don't want to rub your wrist. Don't ever mix the fragrance. There's a reason why the fragrance has a top, a middle, and a base. Let the fragrance dry. That way you're able to enjoy each level of the fragrance. Have you noticed that the scent essentially smells different from when you first sprayed it on? And you probably get like a blast of like alcohol mixed with whatever, ingredients and notes are in it, from the time that it starts to dry down and it gets smooth. And so there's a reason why. So when you actually rub the fragrance in, or you spray it here and then you go like this, and you're mixing up the actual notes, and you're creating something that essentially you're making your own scent, and you don't want to do that. Allow Aqua Essence to smell like Aqua Essence, not whatever you just did by rubbing it together. So never rub your fragrance. And that's basically it, guys. Quick video. I'd like for you guys to subscribe to the channel if you are enjoying the content. Essentially what I've been trying to establish is a weekly live. So we got Mundane Mondays, 2 for 2 Tuesdays, where we talk about credit. And we try to give out gems, but on Tuesdays we give out 2 gems instead of the 1 gem that we would normally give out. We got Winning Wednesdays, again, another open chat panel where we talk about our winnings for the week and how we would like the rest of the week to go. We got Thirsty Thursdays, where we have a drink and just chop it up. And then Freestyle Friday, where we do the music and allow different artists to come up on a panel and showcase their talent. So subscribe to the channel, a lot of different content. And then, of course, we got SG, where we do the reviews, because we feel that everyone should smell good, including you. That wasn't supposed to rhyme, but that was like Freestyle Friday. And it's just, yeah. So, yeah. Peace and love. I will be back tomorrow for Winning Wednesdays. Tune in around 6:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And that's pretty much it. Give the video a like. Comment down below, what is your favorite spring going into the summer fragrance? And if you are a beginner, definitely hit that subscribe button and make sure that the notifications are on. So click the bell and then click the on button. And that's it. I'm out. Turn this camera.